It's a sweet chili sauce and sriracha. A little bit of sriracha, so combination of both.
I see it.
Make it so perfect.
Mm.
And
That
these
crunch
are
was beautiful. Hi everyone, Jacqueline Maines here, your hostess with the mostest at America's Best Restaurants. And today we are in the cute college town of Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, checking out an upscale dining place called La Malbec. Ooh, I just love the sound of that. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. Let's go check it out. Hello.
welcome.
Oh,
It's
so nice to meet you.
You're finally here. Thank you for coming.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
And welcome to La Malbec.
Let's
Come
go
on
in. Let's go in.
Yep. So this is the bar area.
Holy moly, it is absolutely stunning in here. Like the light fixtures are
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Who had a hand in all of this beautiful creation?
Well, I kind of did.
Okay.
I love decorating. And
She
I
said
love,
kind of. Is it kind of or
no,
fully?
I did. So I love decorating, and I wanted to look for something different and to
Yes.
bring that in town so that you can still come and feel like, you didn't go to New York or Philly.
But you still have
You
that
still have the
upscale.
small town flair in an upscale. Yeah.
That's a beautiful
Elegant, not
combination.
pretentious. You feel like you still can, fit it in here. You don't have to have like dress code or anything.
Yes.
So this is our bar area.
Gorgeous.
Yep. And of course we have amazing cocktails. So you will have to start with one of our favorite cocktails.
Okay, let's
and
do
some
it.
tapas. That's what we're known
Ooh.
for, tapas. So let's eat.
I'm game.
Okay.
I'm absolutely game.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Look at
So-
what you have for me.
Yes,
here.
I
Oh my
have
gosh.
actually a little display of our most favorite and popular tapas. So we can start here with the arancinis. Okay, you have,
Arancini.
you're Italian, you told me earlier, so we know that you know what arancinis are all about. And a good homemade marinara sauce. Yes, yes. Then we have, oh my God, everybody loves those shrimp shooters. They're called shrimp shooters. And we have them in shooter's glass for a reason.
This presentation is
Yeah,
fun.
tapas is like handheld, quick bites kind of food, shareable with friends. And that's one of
Love
the
that
reasons
concept.
why, the concept that we have in this restaurant, so that people can share food and try different little things. These ones right here are my very favorite. And
Okay.
I was reading Facebook, and I know people really love them.
Uh-huh.
And they're the albondigas. Albondigas in Spanish is meatballs.
Oh, okay.
So we have Asian sesame, which is what you have right there.
Ooh.
And these are completely vegan. Yes, so you have to try them. You
And
gotta
they're
tell
your
me.
favorite,
Yeah, I told you they're
okay.
vegan, but they're my favorite. They taste like meat. And then these are the #1 tapas. They're the empanadas. They're stuffed with chicken, cheddar cheese, green peppers. They're delicious. They have a little saffron. It's really, really good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I
so-
want to start with your favorite.
Manja.
Right? Because, yes. Are you going to eat with me?
Absolutely.
I'm just going straight in my mouth.
And I would love to prepare you a cocktail of your liking.
Okay.
So are you more like a bourbon, whiskey, vodka,
Whatever.
gin? I don't know. What spirits would you like?
I want something that's unique
I'll
to
give you
hear.
that so you can put a little bit.
Oh
well,
my-
actually,
my
you know
gosh.
what? We'll turn around and we meet our head bartender, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
And this is actually an amazing drink. I personally love whiskey.
Okay.
I grew up with Scotch. And then I moved to bourbon, and we have my
at
new
that
favorite, the
display.
4 Roses batch. Okay? He's gonna make you a maple smoke old fashioned.
Maple syrup?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not even asking if you like, you're gonna love it.
No, you tell me what I need to try.
You're gonna love
I
it.
like that.
And so here we are. And obviously when you see this little concoction walk into the dining room, everyone wants one.
I bet you're like, ooh.
Everyone wants one. That's when we
Ooh,
get a little delay, but it's so worth the wait.
You're so
So,
right. I
They don't
never
taste
would have
like
known.
meat, right?
I would never would have known
Well,
that
I'm
that
gonna have a
is
little bit of
vegan.
the
Oh
arancinis,
my
but
gosh.
I love sauce on my arancinis. So I have to smear them in there.
I like the way you're doing that.
Love it. So then I just
I
do
like-
this,
Haha,
dip
beautiful.
it, and eat.
Shrimp shooter. Is this like a chili sauce that it's in?
It's a sweet chili sauce and sriracha. A little bit of sriracha, so combination of both.
I see it.
Make it so perfect.
Mm.
And
That
these
crunch
are
was beautiful.
risotto with mushrooms. So these arancinis are not just plain risotto. They have our mushrooms, a mix of mushrooms actually,
Yes.
and they're delicious.
I love what you've decided to bring to Bloomsburg. Tell me a little bit more about Bloomsburg.
Well, I have been here forever. I won't disclose how long. But I originally came here as an international student.
Oh.
Yeah, so I went to Bloomsburg University.
Oh,
So I had my undergraduate degree from Bloomsburg, and then I went to Marywood, which is like 4 or 5 minutes away in Scranton to get my master's. But Bloomsburg is a very unique town. So we have really the local people, and then we have like 2 amazing employers. The 2 that I can think of really close would be Geisinger, which is a couple miles away in Danville, and then we have the university here in Bloomsburg, which hosts all these young people that you're asking, why is everybody moving? Are there, because this weekend happened to be the Welcome Back BU students moving weekend. So yes, you can see everybody, the parents are walking around. So I personally love that about Bloomsburg. There is a young, live town, a small flair type of feeling, because, you know, if you go to anything bigger, like to give you an example, I still don't lock my doors. I feel safe in here. I feel like this is such a neat community that, you know, I absolutely love it. My kids love going to school. So there's a lot of things that we're right across the courthouse. So this main strip is just full of history, like the building that we're in. But I'll tell you that in a little bit. When we go see,
I'm intrigued now.
Chef Andres is dying to meet you and cook for you guys. So yeah, this is a beautiful town to raise children. There's a lot of employers in the area too. And like I said, the 2 major ones that comes to my mind would be obviously Bloomsburg University, and then you have Geisinger Hospital.
And so when moms and dads come and drop their kids off, they come visit, like this is the place. I have college age kids. Like this is the place I would want to come.
This is the place you want your parents to come dinner.
Or like we're celebrating. Oh, like this is where I would want to go. That is, I'm distracted by what's going on over here. Oh my gosh.
So this is all the wall. And then Patrick, you can do your thing.
Oh my gosh. Yes. In a box.
Our in-house syrup we make with it. A little grade A maple syrup.
Wow.
Wild Turkey 101. It's a perfect little bite to it. It's a 101 fruit. So very well together.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let it marinate for a while, so we have it ready for you.
Marinate, I love it. We're all about
smoke
food.
Marinade in there. Oh, look at that.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so impressive.
So this is the best part of it. When I come here, I love the smell. Totally love it.
Yep. Oh, that smells good. Oh, that's so pretty.
Sorry, I'm gonna finish my bite.
Yeah.
That's pretty, pretty. Oh, I can smell the smoke and the orange both just hit my nose, and that's a beautiful combination. Oh man, that's delicious. It just gives you an instant like calm. Take one sip and you're just like, ah.
It is really a beautiful drink.
Thank you
is
for that,
perfect.
Patrick. Okay, I have to try the empanada, so that's the one thing.
Please do tell me what you think. And
Oh
be
my
honest, I
goodness.
mean, like, this is everybody's different, like, popular
There's
flavorful.
all these, we've got so many different flavor profiles going on here. I'm gonna break it.
One of my new favorites that is not here is the baked brie. So if you're a wine lover,
Of course I am.
baked brie and just a nice red, Tall Dark Stranger Malbec wine.
Tall Dark Stranger
I have to show you the bottle. I was
just
just
gonna-
talking about it to someone else. I'm like, this is such a beautiful bottle. That's her house wine, by the way. It's a Tall Dark Stranger. And then chimichurri. This is very typical of South America. They grill steaks and they put chimichurri on top.
Oh, on the steak?
And then,
I want some
you
more
know, we
of
just
that
wanted to be
chimichurri.
different. I didn't want anybody to try to do like another mayonnaise or ketchup. So we just decided to do something very original and do
Texture
the chimi as a side.
And flavor.
Very natural.
All in one.
It's all
Beautiful.
herbs, olive oil. It's perfect. A little bit of oregano. Nice combination. We can still put that on sticks if anybody requests it.
I like it with the empanada.
Thank you.
That is so savory and delicious.
It is very good. So empanadas has like a little conflicting history. Everybody wants to claim them. So we have Mexico all the way to Costa Rica, all the way down to Argentina, claiming they are the first ones to come out with the empanada. But I think it was really originated in Europe, more like Spain.
Really?
So that's debatable. The good thing is that it's one thing that is a staple at La Malbec as a tapas. Everybody loved it, and even when I have to try to change the menu, I did. figs and cheese, everybody's asking where are the chicken empanadas. So I had to bring them back, and they're stay forever.
So wherever they originated, doesn't matter. You're bringing them here.
Yeah, they're here in Bloomsburg at La Malbec. That's right.
So you guys, but you obviously do more than tapas because you're open mostly for dinner, right?
Definitely dinner. Yes, we are about 76% food driven. So our bar is beautiful and sexy,
It
but
is.
people come here to eat, and we're pretty much saying you're coming here to have an experience. So from the food, the ambience, the service, and your cocktails is all pairing well for you. We do all the work, so you don't have to.
Yep.
You
You
know?
just sit back and enjoy.
Yep.
All right. Well, I want to take a look back in the kitchen and see. You said your chef's name is
Andres.
Andres. I want
Chef
to see
Andres.
what Chef Andres. I mean, I've already tasted some, but I
Thank
can't wait to
you.
taste more. So let's go check
You're
it
gonna
out.
be surprised. It's all beautiful and so tasteful. So let's go to the kitchen.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I'm back at the pasta station here with Chef Andreas, and tell me, what kind of pasta are we making and what stage of the game are we even in?
Hi, Jacqueline. Well, of course, we start our dough with flour, eggs, a little bit of salt, and semolina flour.
Okay.
Semolina flour comes with a little bit before corn. So once that we have our dough, we let it rest. We put it on plastic and we let it overnight.
Okay.
Once that is done, we cut it in small pieces, and then we start rolling our pasta dough to pass it through the machine.
Oh, folding it over.
Yes,
okay.
we fold it.
Process.
It's
Very
a nice process of rolling first, so they can feed through the machine that is going to do the process quick for us. In the past, they used to do it by hand. Luckily, we have machine now that help us out
Yes.
to do it faster. So we start machine and start
And
the
she's got a
layer
little flour
twice.
on there too, so it doesn't stick. Rolling it thinner and thinner. See that?
The machine is a little bit noisy, but that's what it does.
Doing its job. How many passes do you usually
Well,
do?
we go from the biggest size and we go one by one
you're
and pass
changing it over there.
twice.
I
Exactly.
gotcha.
The machine does it for you until you got the right thickness for the type of pasta that you're doing.
Which one are we doing
In
today?
this case, we're doing our linguine.
Okay.
So we usually pass it through number 5. We pass it 2 times every time.
And before you change it, it goes twice. Okay.
We'll go twice.
Got it.
So it got a nice, beautiful layer. You can see it, the dough is stretching out and get the right thickness that we want
Yes.
for our linguine. One more is gonna be, and we are ready to cut our pasta. You see how we start with a small piece
And
now
it's
we
like
stretch
it got
it
this
out.
turned to that.
And this is gonna be our last one.
So how did you learn to make pasta?
Well, that's years and years in the kitchen. We do our homemade pasta because it stays fresh. And it
Yes.
tastes 10 times better than the pasta that you buy from the store. Of course, if you're at the house, you can use that pasta without any problem for any dish that you want, but it's better if you learn to do it the fresh one
Yes.
because it tastes 10 times better. Now that
I
we
agree
have
with
it
you.
deep, we cut it to the size that we want to present. That thing is
length
gonna
of the
be
noodle?
in it
Okay. Gotcha.
long enough, and then we're gonna pass it through a machine. We change the settings here to go to the different sizes of pasta cutting that we have here. We can do linguine, we can do spaghetti here.
Nice. You go small size first, like the smaller. Okay.
And we cut it automatically.
Beautiful.
We go see our pasta going through there. And now you have
Oh,
it ready
that's
and
pretty.
beautiful
That's
for our
pretty.
portion. Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
And we're gonna have even longer noodles.
Those are going to be the nice slurping ones, right? With the-
Exactly. This served in the dish with a nice spoon and all the juices is gonna come out beautiful for the customer.
Oh,
And then you
yeah.
have already 2 portions of the pasta. And then we go to the pot and start cooking.
All right, let's do that next. So what are you gonna make with this before, what dish are we doing?
They're seafood linguine.
Seafood linguine. Okay, let's put it in the pot, and then I can't wait to see what else you're gonna do to make this seafood linguine.
Let's start it.
All right, so you've got us all ready to go here for this seafood linguine. And my first question is, what seafood goes in it? What do you use?
We basically use our tiger shrimp, 1620, big size, and our U10 scallops.
Those are some big scallops. Oh, great.
So
all right, where do we start
We're
first?
starting heating up our pot to put our fresh pasta that we just did.
Yes.
So we put it in the water that is hot and wait like 3 minutes until it's done.
3 minutes. All
By
right.
that time, we already have our pan hot with our seafood stock and for searing our seafood. So basically, our
that's
seafood
pretty.
stock, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, red crushed peppers,
Yeah, I
to
love
give it a
red
little
crushed
bit of
pepper.
heat,
Yes.
and butter. Always go good a pasta with butter, and a little bit of fresh parsley to get the freshness of the herb. Now we have our olive oil. Has to be blended oil. The olive oil have a high burn. It
Okay.
basically got a bitter taste, so you have to be careful. Use just vegetable oil when you cook our seafood in an extremely hot pan. Once that is
That makes
done,
sense.
we start with our scallops that it takes a little bit longer, our shrimp, to give it a nice sear.
Yes.
And you
I
can
love
hear
the
the seasoning of the pan. But this time we have our seafood already, getting hot, and our pasta cooking.
Beautiful.
So we do three things at the same time. Now we put our beautiful shrimp. And this is the part that all the chefs like it.
Woo!
When you flambe it.
So tell me, how long have you been working here?
I'm working here for 3 years.
And then how did you come to work here?
Well,
Tell me
basically,
some of your
I
story.
used to know the owner, Roxana, from my childhood friend.
So fun.
It's so funny. And I came here to this place, Bloomsburg, 20 years ago for her sister's wedding. And now I'm working in the same place that her sister got
No
married.
way.
Yeah.
That's so fun how things circle around like that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful town, have a great people, and the weather is incredible. I have the summer and the winter, and now I'll appreciate the winter more and more. We have a beautiful sear now in our scallop,
Oh yeah, you do.
and we are ready to put our pasta and finish to cook it in our seafood stock. Fresh pasta that we just made. And we're gonna finish our cooking here to get in all those flavors in our noodles. Well, we have our seafood ready
Beautiful.
and almost our seafood too. So now it's time to plate it up. We have our hot plate and we start with a beautiful pasta. You see how buttery it is?
I do. Oh yeah.
And then we decorate it with our beautiful seafood. So we have our 2
Oh,
scallops
that's gorgeous.
and then our shrimp. Like every pasta, we cannot finish it without Parmesan.
Oh, that's so pretty. That's so beautiful. So I haven't got to meet Roxana yet. So tell me a little bit about her. I know you knew her as a child. What about her said, oh, I have to work alongside her. Like this is an opportunity. that I
Oh,
want
it's great to work with her. She's a great businesswoman. And besides that, she helps us here in the kitchen wherever she can. She's hands-on,
Love
doing
that.
salads, doing whatever she can, try to make the restaurant successful.
Wonderful. So what did you bring to the table when you came on board as a chef? What's some of the influence that you either brought to the menu
Well,
or to the ambiance?
As
even?
both being Ecuadorians, we trying to bring the Latin American culture to this little part of the United States,
that.
so they can
Yes.
get more flavor food like the Latin people does, with a lot of cumin, a lot of paprika, a lot of onions, and different heat flavors that we add to our
Sure. So you're bringing that to Bloomsburg.
food. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
So now we have our seafood
That is
linguine.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay, let's taste it together.
Please.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to go in for
You
some
started,
scallop.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I am. I love scallops. I don't want to take too big of a bite, and I won't be able to talk to you so much anymore. That's kind of okay. All right, I'm gonna grab some pasta from over here. All right, I'll let you get your bite too. Go in there, man.
Let's do the same thing with the scallop.
You're going with scallop too?
Yeah. Our food is fresh, comes daily from salmon and seafood from Philadelphia, locally sourced. And that's a good thing about this new timing, that we can get everything fresh from any of the carriers, FedEx, UPS, in less than 24 hours.
Oh, so
Long
you
time
get,
ago, we cannot do that unless you live close to the coast.
we know the pasta's fresh. We just saw it being made, but now we know all the seafood is too.
Mm.
That scallop just melted right in my mouth. And the seafood stock, you can just taste all of that
It's a combination of all
flavor.
the shrimp shells, lobster shells, and all the white fish ones that we have here.
Oh my goodness. It's making seafood the star, but the texture of that pasta is beautiful, and it carried all the sauce right into my mouth. That's how you want it. Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So I know I've got a couple other things to try. So I'm gonna meet Roxana and then taste a little bit more of your food, and I cannot wait. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jacqueline.
Roxana, I'm so glad that I get to sit down with you again and hear more about, what you wanted to bring the town of Bloomsburg. So first, just tell me, how did you even come to own this place and bring La Malbec to fruition?
It's kind of like a funny story though. My husband is a developer.
Okay.
And we were tossing around, acquisitions, and then he said to me, it was December, so it's like I was busy shopping, so I wasn't really into business talks.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I'm gonna be buying back the Hotel Maggie. And I was like, what? Like, this is like a huge undertaking. I was like,
Which is where this sits inside of.
yes,
It's called Hotel
it's
Maggie.
an iconic place in Bloomsburg, sitting on Main Street, and it has a lot of history. But anyways, I was just like, no. At first I was like, no. And then I knew that there's no opposition with my husband, and there's no asking for forgiveness. It's just like, he's gonna do what he needs to do.
If he already
So,
set on it.
yeah. So I said, well, then I'm gonna do what I need to do. So we're gonna take over the license and I'm going to open a restaurant. And he's like, no, you're not. I'm like, well, yes, you're buying it. Yes, I'm doing it.
And that's a new venture for
So
you, right?
it was totally like, it's like getting my feet wet because I've never done it. And, I'm a business person, but I'm not a, chef. I love to cook at home. I like to drink while I'm cooking. You can't do that when you're in a professional kitchen. But anyways, hosting was like my passion anyways, and cooking is in my blood.
Yes.
Coming from like Spanish and, Latin and Italian, and that's what you do. You cook and you eat. That kind of things go side by side.
Absolutely.
But one of the complexities, like the history of the Hotel Maggie, and if you ever read about it, there used to be a place. There's always been a restaurant prior to La Malbec. There was, I believe it was Filet 18, and then prior to that it was Marley's, but prior to that was like Harry's. And that was one of the most popular restaurants too. It was like a mixed crowd. Prior to that is where I'm coming from. It was a destination place with very high quality food. It was called the Public House. And there was a chef that just made incredible food, and people would just know about the quality and they would just drive to get to.
And
so
it
became a destination restaurant.
That back.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know that people love to mingle and they like good food, good ambience. But I just thought, as a foodie myself, we traveled to get to and experience a new flair of cuisine and service and cocktails. So I was just cooking up in my head, well, you know what? My husband is going to get the hotel again. I get to, invent a new concept, bring up history, and go for it. So that's what I did. Now, like I told you, my Hispanic, Latin background had a lot to do with the menu and the customs and the name.
Sure.
So
Yeah, which tell me a lot. I'm gonna dive into this
Please
beautiful
do.
steak.
I know you're looking
It's so
at
pretty.
These are my two
They're
favorite
both-
dishes.
So tell me a little bit. I'm gonna, like I said, cut in on this, but tell me about the name. How did you land on
La Malbec.
Malbec?
Wow.
Yes.
So the la is because it's like Spanish French, and that's kind of like I wanted to go in there. Mediterranean cuisine is very broad, so I wanted to focus on like my upbringing. So, you know, Italian is my favorite. So one of the best wines that I had that I love is Barolo, and I wanted to name this restaurant Barolo, but it was already taken, so that was kind of like hard to do. And then I thought, hey, you know what? I'm originally from Ecuador, and we do have a big, beautiful Mendoza region land in Argentina with a beautiful Malbec wine. And I know that a lot of people, unless you're a wine aficionado, haven't heard of it. So I went with the concept of like the underdog wine that people probably wouldn't know unless you drink Malbec. So I just decided to combine the La with the grape and brought La Malbec.
And that's your favorite?
This is a sexy bottle, and that is my very favorite. I know I have to say sexy because it's so pretty.
It is.
It's
And
beautiful.
the name, I mean, Tall
Dark Stranger. I mean, who cannot forget that, right?
No.
But anyways, yeah, so I love the bottle. So it was catchy at first. We sample a whole bunch of different Malbecs with friends and family, and literally we're like, okay, now how can you know, like sampling can be hard because you're not supposed to swallow if you're sampling, but we all did. So I figured, okay, we'll do another tasting session. And it was something about the bottle and then the taste of it. You know, Malbec is almost like will stain your glass. You know, the tannins are perfectly blend. It has like a plummy, see, the thickness. It's just beautiful. And it's not bold, but it's a medium body. So for a serious drinker, you know, pair that with the steak, obviously.
Oh
one of
my
favorites.
this
or even
steak
like a
is
charcuterie
just-
board. Thank you. Do you like
Oh
that?
my,
Chef
phenomenal.
Andres, we gotta praise him more. That is one of my favorites. It's the way he sears it and then
That
cooks it with
sear
the butter.
is
Secret.
so beautiful.
What about the
Oh,
fingerling
tender.
potatoes with a little bit of like the
Is
Parmesan
that parm on it?
crust?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
taste those next.
And the Brussels sprouts, they're almost charred. So when we shave the Brussels sprouts, we char it on the stove, and it's just a perfect combination. That dish has been like the king of the house. A lot of people come and know us for the steak. We also have a cowboy that, you know, I've been reading like the Facebook post, and I'm like, yeah, that cowboy is like the steak. But that's about 42-ounce steak. So anyone,
my gosh.
anyone that comes here for a cowboy has to be able to eat it with a
Oh
name to it.
man, this.
I'm so glad you
this
like it.
steak is
Was
just
that cooked
cooked.
to your liking?
Yes,
Perfect.
Perfect, and oh, I just love the butter with the sear with and the Brussels
and the black
add
salt. Yeah,
so
perfect,
delicious.
right?
Oh my gosh, and I'm gonna just watch
Please
it
try it. Yes, I hope you like it. It's like I said, it's one of my favorites, and so that's how it came about. It sort of like happened kind of quickly. It also, my biggest motivation, I must say, is that all of these decisions were playing back around December, pre-pandemic. Now we all remember the times where we were like held captive.
Yes, we do.
And I feel like everyone had that need right after to mingle again and feel human and socialize.
Yes.
And there's nothing better than having a conversation
Over
over a
a-
beautiful meal and
Yes.
a great glass of wine. So that was it. That was
I cannot agree
my motivation to create a different concept in the town of Bloomsburg, because this is where we are and I love the town, and my husband has been here for years, you know, doing the developing business for over 25 years. So when I first opened, I was a little skeptical, and we were all very little 20% occupancy back in those days. So
Sure.
it allowed me to explore this business without knowing the business per se. And it's just like heaven's sake, because like everything happened gradually, and then we started to get more busy. I didn't even advertise.
You had time to just
I had
kind
time
of
to
learn
grow,
all
like preschool
Yes.
to like I'm graduating to a different level. And then of course we had WNEP. I'm so grateful for that too, because somehow one of our customers sent a letter to them, and before I know it, we were doing a segment for Mother's Day. And it was incredible. People just, they brought people from all over, you know, Columbia County, and even like into Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. So yeah, here we are. So very blessed for our customers. So thank you,
Thanks for
because
having
I
me.
have been reading all
Gosh.
these posts, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to respond. And I'm thinking, oh, but I got to respond to all these people, and I don't know. So I am gonna respond. I will
Good.
respond
I
now that I can
recommend it.
sit back and relax a little bit. And again,
Oh my
thank you again
gosh.
for this opportunity.
I think that I love that you had this complete vision. You knew what it needed to look like aesthetically. You know what it wanted to feel like, how you wanted your patrons to feel when they came here. You knew the level of food that you wanted them to experience. And then, girl, you just made it happen. I love
I wanted
that.
you to have an experience, you know.
It's true.
I'm
diving in on
please, this is the sea bass.
Yeah,
and
I'm
again,
diving in.
that's from a sea bass. It's called Corvina in my locale.
Okay.
I'm from Ecuador.
Tell me about that.
And so, yeah, so I guess the sea bass, depending on where you catch the sea bass, has a different name. So it's cold water in the north, and then all the way to South America is the warm water. So it becomes Corvina. But it's such a beautiful texture. So I tasked Chef Andres to do something that would remind us of home, because he's also from Ecuador.
Yes.
And so he came up with this dish, and I tried it. And the first time I said, "You'll put it in the menu." And he was supposed to just do a chef feature. So he's afraid to do a lot of chef features because everything he does,
people want more of, right?
Yes, and then we put it on the menu, and there is like more work. But hey, we're working to please people and make them be happy about the food they eat. So we're doing our job.
Sauce.
So I could try this, please.
Oh my gosh,
try
the risotto.
I'm gonna have to fight you over the risotto.
Just brilliant.
I love it.
Is it a vegetable risotto? Is that what I'm?
It is.
Yep.
And then you have the peas and the corn, and we have the sweet corn that we get from our local area. You're
It
also
is
eating
sweet. I just got a burst of it in my mouth.
Yes, and you're also eating the best part is the microgreens. We get that from Gibbs Farm. So, yep.
I'll go in on the
They
microgreens.
deliver gracefully every Wednesday. It's awesome. So I love doing business with local business, and yeah. I remember the days when we used to push the microgreens or the garnish. No, everybody eats them. This is pretty good.
It is.
So yeah, so I am just super
nice
excited
little
that you're
flavor.
here, then we can share this with everyone else, and maybe people that have not heard of us will come and give us a try, and I can guarantee you'll have a great experience.
And what about where we can find you online?
Online,
Yeah,
at
if
our
we wanna-
website, lamalbec.com.
Uh-huh.
I do apologize, we're gonna put up new menus, but it's just, we're on the verge of doing paella tonight, and we have been busy. I mean, I'm a businesswoman, and this is a great restaurant, but I have been like really in the restaurant. It's like a baby that you can't let go. And Chef Andres has been wonderful, but after the pandemic and opening a restaurant, one of the challenges was staffing.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, like when you're an owner, you have to wear whatever hat you have to wear to make it
absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely.
So that means that that businesswoman had to put a pause on anything else. And I was like an expediter.
You roll up your
food
sleeves
runner,
and you dive right
sous
in.
chef, whatever it takes.
And then you have a Facebook page as well, right? Awesome. So on Facebook and online.
Lamalbec.com.
And then when you're in Bloomsburg, of course, you got to come here, or surrounding areas. I mean, to travel for just a beautiful experience. Now you know where to come.
Well, yes, our celebrations. We're a big place for celebrations. We're having homecoming coming up. Homecoming in Bloomsburg means like everybody that graduated many years ago come back, and they love to have a good dinner. They ended up visiting all the bars, and it's really neat. I love this community. And right now that the students are moving in, it makes you feel like this is young and vivacious, and it's so
Energy is
nice.
kind of
Yes,
ramping
it's
up.
nice having the parents coming in. You know, it's like stages of life, celebration. It's just all about that. So,
and you're a part of it.
Again.
You're
Yes,
a part of it. Thank you so
you.
much for having us. And I'm going to have a hard time not wanting to polish off this.
Or sharing it with anyone, right?
Maybe.
I mean, I won't. I can give you
I'll
later.
give you some.
But thank you again. And thank you everybody for watching.
Well, folks, this is La Malbec, and the only thing missing is you. I'm Jacqueline Maines, your hostess with the mostest at ABR, and until next time, where we show you where the best local eats are. Bye, everyone.